Take 87. All right, so all joking aside, this isn't the 87th take, but there's been quite a few. And usually I do these videos in one take. So this one is especially difficult because it's hard to say what I want to say in 3-4 minutes. I find that's about all the attention I can get on a video. So it's just going to be longer than normal. Sorry. Thanks for watching. If you do stay for the whole video, that would be great. Humor me if you would. So if you're tired of always feeling like you have to remind the people who report to you to do things, hang in there, watch this video. I'm going to tell you about something that was on the very short list of things that I say are that had the most significant impact on my business once I implemented it. And it's a scorecard. It's a simple scorecard that everyone in the business knows what their most important 2 to 5 numbers are. So quick story for you. I bump into a guy at the grocery store who I've known for years but fell out of touch with. Great to see each other. We pull out our phones and we schedule a breakfast for 5 weeks out. The night before, I'm telling my wife, hey, I'm getting together with Paul tomorrow for breakfast. And it comes up that we scheduled that breakfast about 5 weeks ago. She says, without skipping a beat, well, you have to send him a text, right? Or call him, remind him. That's a long time ago, right? And without even thinking, and I've never said these words or this phrase before, but I said, hon, big boys don't need a reminder. And so this guy is the kind of guy that I feel like would never have to be reminded of anything. Now, that may or may not be the truth, but that's been my experience with him over the years. And he has the same feeling about me, I think. And we've got this, I think, unstated understanding that if we were to remind each other of something, it would be an insult. So why I tell that story is because when we implemented a scorecard in our business, reminders didn't completely go away. That would be a lie. But they got significantly less necessary. And it's because everybody in the business knew what their most important 2 to 5 numbers were. They knew it was going to be reported on weekly. They knew what they had to do to produce those results. And they knew that in the weekly meeting, there was a way for them, there was a part of the agenda that was designated to talk about challenges and action items to help overcome those challenges. And they left with their action items. They left knowing what their score was on their most important 2 to 5 metrics for their role every week. So it also solved this other challenge of giving team members feedback. I never found that a quarterly review or an annual review as an employee before I owned my businesses, I never felt like it was that valuable. But I'll tell you what, even as the owner, I had metrics on the scorecard. I had a little bit of peer pressure myself to produce results. And that constant weekly feedback, in my mind, was much more valuable to me and to my team members than a quarterly review or an annual review. So, huge game changer, easy to do. If you have any questions, book a call with me. It doesn't mean that you're committing to becoming a client. If you don't want to become a client, no problem. I still would love to help you. I love the restoration industry. I love my restoration clients. I love helping people to get more profitable, reduce the chaos, and build sellable businesses so that they've got a great asset to sell, to maybe do something else, help fund their retirement, and just move on to the next chapter of their lives whenever that time comes for them. So click the link below this video, book a call with me, and I'll see you in the next one.